what's up? So, I'm sorry for the lack of videos, but after I got the, great news that I will be able to graduate after I take one more science course, which starts next week, Texas was just really uneventful. So it's like I just had no inspiration and there was nothing motivating me to really make a video. So I'm sorry for that. But I am now back at home in Virginia and I couldn't be any more happy and more satisfied because I'm just really glad to be home. Now you're probably wondering, how did I get from Texas back here? Now, how I got back here is really simple. I flew. Now, flying is really nothing new, but for me, this was actually kind of a milestone because I have never flown by myself before. Usually I have either flown with a parent or a relative, or I have flown with a group of friends and whatnot, but this was the first time I've actually ever flown by myself, and that's kind of a big milestone, especially for me, because if you asked me like 7 years ago, would I ever fly by myself, well, the answer would be no, I would never fly by myself. I'd either have to be with a relative of some sort or with some friends, but no, I got on a plane all by myself and I got back here. So I want to tell you about that. Normally when people tell you a flying experience, they're not the greatest things, and I've had some of those experiences before, but this time was absolutely clear sailing, no problems whatsoever. I got to the airport, no problem. TSA, no problem. It was only after I got through TSA on the hunt to find my gate that I realized that the AC inside the airport obviously was broken, because by the time I found my gate, I had looked like I had basically run the Boston Marathon because I was drenched in so much sweat. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a Texas thing. The heat is just something people are used to. I found my gate, tried to, get myself back together, look presentable so I could get on the plane and not look like I had just run a marathon. And I got on it, no problems. As you can see, there was literally no problems. The only things that stood out for me is when the plane was taking off and as it was landing, above where the windows are, there's like the vent things, and for whatever reason, all of a sudden, as we know, we're climbing to reach that, recommended cruising altitude, all this like air or steam was just coming out of it. It looked like those old mystery movies, like when, they put the poison gas seeps in, everybody, eventually dies, that kind of thing. But like, that was kind of weird. I tried to film it, but for whatever reason, the air, steam, gas stuff just didn't show up on camera, but it looked like that. It would look like when they're trying to, they put the poison gas and it seeps into the room kind of thing. So there was that, but obviously it wasn't poison gas because I'm obviously talking to you. And the other thing was that when the plane was getting ready to land, as well as we're getting to our cruising altitude, the underneath of the plane was making a little weird noise, like the sound of like dial-up noises and like a fax machine and old printers and scanners kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, that's weird. I have never heard that on a plane before, but whatever. Had no problem. Plane landed. I got off, got on the metro, I got picked up, and now I'm back here. So yeah, that was my pretty uneventful experience of flying solo. I kind of wish something else kind of happened. Not a major disaster, because I don't really want to, as much as I live the fantasy that I would love to have a airport kind of airplane disaster, I really wouldn't. I think nobody really wants that. Like, if you go on a boat, you don't want it to become the Titanic or the Poseidon Adventure, or you really don't want to experience a major earthquake. We all live those fantasies, but we really don't want them to happen, maybe. So I'm now back here and I start my last science class next Thursday, and that's pretty much all I've got to tell you. Look forward to more videos now that I'm back, and that's pretty much it. So if you haven't already, and if you like whatever I just said, why don't you feel free to subscribe, because it's free, because what's better than something that's free? So until next week, this is me saying goodbye and Godspeed. Alright, bye.